What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Sunday, October 6th, 2024, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now it is 18:52 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from the Middle East. So it appears that Iran may have tested a nuclear weapon yesterday. What you're looking at here is a list of earthquakes in Iran over the last several days, and you can see here that on October the 5th at 19:15 UTC time, there was a 4.5 magnitude earthquake in northern Iran. Also, just like 12 hours before that one, there was a 4.1, and then like 4 hours before that, there was another 4.1. And then on October the 3rd, there was a 4.3. Now, Armenian researchers are stating that the earthquake yesterday in Iran lacked a seismic compressional wave, which apparently makes the event more consistent with an underground nuclear test or some kind of an explosion than an earthquake. Another sign is that there were no aftershocks. Okay, so here you can see the 4.5 magnitude earthquake, and there were absolutely zero aftershocks. Okay, absolutely zero, which is very, very unusual. Okay, usually a strong earthquake like this will have several aftershocks. All right, so something weird is going on. And this could be the reason why Israel is now considering striking the Iranian nuclear program and possibly the leadership as well. Maybe Iran did a nuclear test yesterday to kind of scare Israel and kind of warn Israel, listen, we got nukes. And they just detonated one yesterday. Okay, a 4.5 magnitude earthquake yesterday. And then there were also 4.1s yesterday as well, two 4.1s. Okay, no aftershocks, no seismic compressional wave. So this is very serious, guys. Also, Iran has closed their airspace tonight through tomorrow morning. According to the Iranian National Aviation Organization, departures from the country's airports starting 2100 local time tonight through 0600 tomorrow morning will be canceled. Passengers will have their tickets refunded by the airlines according to the instructions of the aviation organization. This is a nationwide action, okay? So Iran shutting down their airspace tonight through tomorrow morning. Now, tomorrow is October the 7th, guys, the 1-year anniversary of the Hamas massacre in Israel. So it's possible that Israel is going to launch their big attack on Iran tonight, and that's why Iran has closed their airspace down. Also, Lebanon closed their airspace as well. The Lebanese Civil Aviation Authority announced that Beirut International Airport has canceled all ongoing flights from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. local time. Same thing as Iran. Okay. Also, Iranian sources are reporting that Iran is moving mobile ballistic missile launchers into firing positions inside Iran tonight. And what you're looking at here is a picture of one of these mobile ballistic missile launchers spotted somewhere in Iran on the move, and you can see the missile is covered with this camouflage tarp, okay, or camo netting. So Iran is on high alert. They're closing their airspace. They're moving their ballistic missiles. They tested a nuclear weapon possibly yesterday, and that could be why Israel is going to go big and go after all the nuclear program in their strike. And there was an urgent meeting at Iran's National Security and Foreign Policy Commission at the parliament today. The meeting was joined by various military and governmental officials, including the IRGC, the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Intelligence. Officials assessed the readiness of Iran's defense forces. The meeting assessed that all units are fully prepared for any threats, highlighting Iran's strong interagency cooperation. Ibrahim Razai, the spokesperson, assured that any threat against Iran will be met with a swift and decisive response, citing recent successful military operations and strong public support. Okay, so the Iranian government holding a meeting with their defense ministry, their intelligence ministry, the IRGC, basically going over last-minute preparations for when Israel strikes. Okay, and remember the other day my update where the U.S. warned Jordanian NGOs, non-governmental organizations, to basically prepare for strikes on Jordan because Jordan has been intercepting these missiles flying towards Israel anytime Iran attacks Israel. The last two times, Jordan was key in intercepting those missiles. And the Israeli army raised the state of alert on all fronts and is preparing for a major operation in Iran. And the Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant told CNN today that all scenarios are on the table regarding the response to Iran. All scenarios, guys. Okay, so that means taking out the leadership, okay, changing the government, taking out the Ayatollah Khomeini, taking out the nuclear sites, taking out the oil sites, taking out the Navy, taking out the ballistic missile sites, okay? This is going to be a huge operation, and I personally believe that Iran did test a nuclear weapon yesterday in the desert of Iran, and they were trying to send a message to Israel, and now Israel's going to definitely hit them. And the Israeli army has declared 3 areas in northern Israel a no-go zone in the Kiryat Shemona area. This is the 3rd such no-go zone. And Khan News, that's a respected Israeli news outlet, is reporting that the U.S. offered Israel a compensation package, including extensive diplomatic backing and additional military assistance, if it refrains from attacking certain targets in Iran. Wow. So the U.S. offering to pay off Israel not to strike Iran. Absolutely insane. And Ruben Brickelsman, the Minister of Defense of the Netherlands, has announced that Dutch F-16s have arrived in Ukraine. And according to U.S. sources, the following targets in Iran will be destroyed in the first round of Israeli strikes. This includes Tehran, the Islamic Republic of Space Research Institute, the Space Organization of the Islamic Republic, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Air Force Headquarters, the Command and Control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the Self-Sufficiency Jihad Research Center and IRGC Space Industries Organization, in Shiraz, the Rocket Production Center, in Kermanshah, the missile base, in Karamabad, the underground missile base, in Semnan, the Khamenei Space Center, in Isfahan, the missile complex, in Chabahar, the spaceport in Iraq, which is the site that Iran used to launch all the missiles just a few days ago towards Israel, Tabriz, another missile base, and Hajiabad, another missile base. So far, that's the target list that we have according to U.S. sources. Looks like mostly missile bases and Air Force bases and space bases, okay? And what you're looking at here is a picture of Russian weapons found in Lebanon by Israeli forces. Okay, Israeli forces found all of these weapons in Hezbollah bases. Okay, so Russian weapons being supplied to Hezbollah. Very, very concerning. And remember, a couple days ago, Israel struck that weapons and ammunition base in Syria that was inside of a Russian base, okay? So Israel essentially struck a Russian base. They took out a weapons storage site being used to supply Hezbollah. Want to update you guys on Hurricane Milton. So it's looking more and more likely that Hurricane Milton will slam right into Tampa Bay as a Category 4 or Category 5 hurricane. You can see here the latest forecast cone from the National Hurricane Center has this thing strengthening to a major hurricane sometime later tonight and earlier tomorrow, and then it stays a major hurricane all the way through Wednesday and Wednesday night, and that's when we can see the massive impacts near Tampa. So get prepared if you're in Florida. This is going to be a very serious situation. I'm going to cover it live, and I'm going to try to get you guys updates on that. We also have a geomagnetic storm watch in effect tonight, so be on the lookout for auroras. And also, we have some Hurricane Hunter aircraft flying towards this hurricane now. Check this out. We have this one plane here doing this gigantic circle here, okay, right where the hurricane is, and then they're sending another one here. So they're obviously concerned about it if they're sending two planes, and there were two more just a couple of hours ago. We had some interesting activity in Belarus last night. We had a Russian Special Flight Squadron plane fly from Minsk, the capital of Belarus, to Kaliningrad, and then also there was a Belarusian Air Force plane that flew to Kazakhstan. So a lot of VIPs and possibly military equipment being moved around. And also we have the U.S. evacuating a lot of their airborne assets to places far away from the hurricane zone. Here you can see multiple KC-135 aerial refuelers taking off from MacDill Air Force Base near Tampa and heading out into the Midwest, okay, trying to get them out of there before the hurricane comes. And we also had a lot of activity in the Persian Gulf last night. We had several U.S. Navy VIP planes flying to Bahrain from Kuwait. And we also had some military cargo planes going to Bahrain. So more preparations for this massive Israeli strike on Iran. But that's the latest breaking news that I have. I just wanted to jump on here and update you guys. That's the latest I have. 4.5 magnitude earthquake in Iran yesterday. No aftershocks, no seismic compression wave. Very likely that Iran tested a nuclear bomb yesterday. And this is definitely going to push Israel to go big and go for everything. Go for the leadership, go for the nuclear sites, okay? Everybody in Israel wants Netanyahu to finally go for the leadership and go for the nuclear sites, okay? The former Prime Minister, Naftali Bennett, is saying that this is an opportunity, okay? Multiple retired American generals and the former defense secretary are saying now is the time to hit their nuclear sites and their leadership, take out the Ayatollah, okay? It's very possible that that could happen sometime tonight or tomorrow in the coming days. I don't think it's going to be a whole lot longer, but I'm going to continue to monitor the situation. I do have my 24/7 live stream up right now. I have my radio piped into the live stream so you can listen to strategic forces worldwide. I do want to mention, if you have been tuning into the 24/7 streams, you may have heard a lot of static and a lack of nuclear attack options, and that's probably because of the solar flare interfering with high-frequency communications, which is what the nuclear forces use up until an actual nuclear war. Then they switch over to VLF because that's resistant to radiation. Okay, there's no interference from the radiation. So until probably tomorrow or Tuesday, we're not going to have a lot of nuclear attack options because of the interference from the solar storm, okay? So don't worry about that, but I will be monitoring all these events, and I will update you if anything happens, and I will go live when all of this goes down. Just make sure you guys are getting prepared. Make sure you have your bug out bag. Make sure you have a fallout shelter nearby. This could really escalate very, very quickly, okay? So pray for Israel. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere. And this update was sponsored by My Patriot Supply. Guys, My Patriot Supply is doing a discount on their 1-month emergency food supply. And to get the deal, you got to go to preparewithnYprepper.com. And the link is in the description below this video. This is a 1-month freeze-dried food supply. It has a 25-year shelf life. Normal price is $237. They've dropped it down to $177. So that's a savings of $60. And it's all packed within 2 rugged, water-resistant buckets. Free shipping is included. $177 for 1 month of food. Where are you going to find a deal like that? So use the link preparewithNYPrepper.com to get $60 off the My Patriot Supply 1 month emergency food supply. That's $180 for 1 month of food. Free shipping included. The link is in the description below this video. And